Hey, you guys. Is everybody there? Anybody, I should say. Marty's here. I see Marty in the chat. Zero watching. Oh, so let's see here. Oh, Joaquin's here. Cool. Matthew Hernandez, rock and roll, man. I don't know why this thing says zero watching, so there's Cap the Goat. Cool, Christian Oles, Prince That Wasn't Promised. How's it going? It's going. It's going, bud. It's been, Hey, Tammy. Welcome to the party. Ashley Marie, what's going on? It's been a pretty good day, but the last few hours have been really trying. I'll get into that in a minute, I'm sure. Sarah Proudfit, what's going on? Okay, it says 9 watching now. Marty's back. Technical difficulties are over. Prince That Was a Promise says, how you been? Glad you're making it to con and nice to have you back. Man, it's nice to be back. I've missed you guys. Let's see. Sherry Marshall. Hello, hello. Living My Rhapsody. What's going on? I'm glad you're here. I was going to say that Living My Rhapsody has invited me to do... What am I doing? I'm an idiot. I don't need this. I walk around like that most of the time. I was cooking earlier. But yeah, Living My Rhapsody has invited me onto another live stream that they have on Thursdays and Sunday, and I'd like to do it this Thursday. So if that's gonna happen, Living My Rhapsody, feel free to drop any kind of links or anything in there. I think that's Jen's channel, but I don't know her real name or anything off the top of my head. So what do we got here? Paula Marie, what's going on? Ashley Marie says, I feel like saying hello, stranger. Like, glad you didn't die. It's been a minute. It has. The last time I saw you guys, I was wandering the streets of Kannapolis. And that does feel like it's been a long time ago. It's only been, what? I don't know. Maybe it's been longer than I think it has. Has it been close to 2 weeks? Sorry about that, guys. Time really does fly. So we've got Amanda Stewart in the house. What's going on, Amanda? Yoli Stark. This is very cool, man. So anyway, yeah, man, I've got a little bit of news, some Con of Thrones update to give you. I don't know how many of you know, hopefully all of you, that I am scheduled for 2 panels. One of those was Love in a War of Fire and Ice. And then the other one was, I feel so tall, man. This is really weird, Chris and his long legs. Now it feels a little better. And then the other one was Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister's Power. Well, I got an email, said bad news. The Love panel has been canceled. It was a requested panel, and I think the person who requested it is not going to be there, so they canceled that one. But she found a replacement for me, and guess what? It's Love Westerosi style. So I told her, hey, rock and roll, man. Anything, Love's up my alley. So let's talk. So I'm still on 2 panels, but I did get scared. Ashley Marie. Oh, here we go. Dr. Love. They call me Dr. Love. Anyway, that's for all you Kiss fans out there. So anyway, put on Vader's mask. Oh shit, yeah, forgot about that. So yeah, what's up, Jennifer? Her Master Highness is in the house. So yeah, man, I don't have to change a thing as far as con goes, and my thought process, staying on the love topic. So anyway, and you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the GoFundMe has really, man, it's blowing my mind, the donations. And I just want to thank everybody. And I'll tell you, you know, D Brown, you're really going above and beyond. I can't thank you enough. You know, they say everything's bigger in Texas. So you wait till you see the size of this bear hug I'm going to throw on you when I see you down there, D. I really appreciate it. Paul McDermott. So a panel about incest. Pretty much, man. And the bisexual viper. Whatever. Yeah, I don't care. Bring it all on. Let's see. Here we go. Her Master Highness has a Q&A. It says, from me, love topic. Is there really love in Westeros? I see a lot of lust, not a lot of deep and abiding love. Well, I did this series. It's called A Lover Raised by Wolves, parts 1 and 2. No, but yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying in that stream, the love stream that I did, is that I do think there is a lot of lust going on, you know, more so than love, even though it's been being written and portrayed as a love story. So what is up with this, Chris, man? That is cool. Dude's donating from the next room. He should just come in here and stick it in my daggum G-string. Does this work? Can I hear myself? No. It just looks cool hanging there, though, don't it? Thank you so much, Chris. Let me see. I don't know. It says from Riddick. Oh, man. I love you, Riddick. Dude, Riddick, he's an up-and-coming star. He needs his own channel. I was filming him yesterday. Hey, Jessica, what's going on? Welcome. Oh, I see Legal Jedi's in the house, too. What's going on? I think I missed a few people. Trying to focus on this camera more. But anyway, I was filming Chris throwing him football the other day, and it is amazing to watch him. He'll snap the ball. He'll say, hey, and Riddick will literally, he won't go till he says it, and then when he does, he takes off for a pass. Chris passes him the football, and he jumps up and catches it. It is awesome. That needs to be shown to the world. So, the prince that wasn't promised. I tell you, I'm an idiot. I was about to say, hey, Prince, my name's James, not Chris, but you guys, you just keep talking amongst yourselves in the chat. I need to just sit back and assume my role. So Living My Rhapsody says, I cannot post links in the stream, so here's the name of the channel. Lady Wolverton's Den. Yes. So guys, be on the lookout. I will try to tweet, and the channel Lady Wolverton's Den is the channel that I'll be on. I believe it's going to be Thursday. I'm happy to do it Thursday, of course. You know, Sunday's sketchy because that's the night Chris and I always stream. So, you know, getting ready for that. That might interfere a little bit, but I would love to do Thursday. And they're doing like a book review over there, and it's really cool. I watched a few of the videos now. Yeah. So, Paula Marie says, all the way, I have to design a House Riddick sigil. Yes. And I don't remember who it was that told me that Riddick, we should have like autographs of, you know, take autographs of Riddick's to Khan, and, you know, just put his paw print on something. That would be so cool. He is a good boy. So, oh yeah, Living My Rhapsody says Eddard 7 book 1. That's what I love. They're still on book 1, so me getting a chance to jump in right there, that'd be really cool. And so let's see. Jennifer says you must all get on Stardust and watch. Make 30 reviews. If Dust on the Throne links his YouTube page to it, we can send messages and reviews about the streams to him. Oh man, that's so cool. Yeah, so Her Master Highness got me to download this app today, and so I did. I'm on there now. Excuse me, I haven't had a chance to check it out and see, you know, all the bells and whistles, but it looks pretty cool, and I will do that. I'll definitely do that. I'll link that on there because I'd love to see that. You guys doing reviews of my stuff. Oh my God. Legal Jedi James, are you reading up on love relationships in Westeros before Con of Thrones? You know, I kind of already, you know, got a feel for what I'm going to say, but I need to, so I can, you know, pull some textures and have them fresh on my brain. So, Jennifer says 30-second reviews, so that's cool. Yeah, I'll give you, if you busting my balls, it'll only be 30 seconds worth anyway. Marty says, yes, highly recommended. I should have bullet points. I definitely am a bullet point guy. So yeah, all the stuff in my noggin, I'm still going to put down on paper so I don't forget. So, Rough Girls in the house. What's happening? So, anyway, man, I made some splendid potato soup earlier. It's a first for me. I had a taste for it, and I was winging it in there, man. I had the whole house smelling good, and I'm telling you what, man, it'll make your eyes roll back in your head. It's good stuff. Living My Rhapsody says, James, join me on Twitter, and I'll share the link for the Thursday stream with you. That's cool. I really don't know what join me on Twitter means. Follow you or something? You know, I'm not big on Twitter. I don't know the lingo really. Let's see here. Rough Girl, thank you so very much. That was really sweet of you. Says, see you at con. Very cool. Yes, you will. And when you come up, you say, I am Rough Girl Rough. Michael Smith in the house. What's going on, brother man? Oh yeah, Marty says those panels can go anywhere. Be prepared. Oh yeah, yeah, man. I don't know. I just I'm not I'm not nervous about talking in front of people. I've just done it my whole life, and I'm used to these Q&As. You know, back during the season when they were balls to the wall with Chris, I feel good about being able to take some rapid fire questions and stuff, and then put me on the spot. I'm gonna blush regardless, but it won't really affect me other than my color. So let's see. Living My Rhapsody says, join me on Twitter. Okay, I'm on here. You got to walk me through this. I'm so sorry. I guess I'll mess with that. So. Okay. All right. Good. Thank God. You said I meant to say follow on Twitter. That's all right. You know, it's been a long weekend for me too, dear. Don't worry about that. So yes, I will do that right now. Bam. Done. See how I roll? um. So Monica Stark says, I was thinking most of Dany's forces are going to die. It's sad. Do you think the Golden Company will be sent to King's Landing or to the north? You know, I kind of follow Chris's lead on this. You know, I think they're gonna. I do buy what he's saying and his explanation as far as they've never broken a contract, but you know this they're going to. And I don't know if Bron's going to have a role in that, or Jorah, but somebody will influence them and say, "Hey guys, you know this is it's not the right move." So I don't know how far north they're going to get. Is what I'm saying. I think a lot of the Golden Company is going to happen right there in King's Landing. That's just my take on it. Joaquin, you're in my head. He says take a couple shots before your panel. The only problem is the ones at 11 a.m. Oh God. Ozzy Osbourne said, he says, you know, no matter how many he does, every time before he goes on stage, he's on and off the pot like a fiddler's elbow. I always thought that was cool. Oh yeah, no, you didn't join late, Monica. We're just getting rolling. Yeah, I ain't putting on no Vader helmet. So Jake from State Farm made it. We got 30 people up in here now, man. It's really cool, really cool. So anyway, been having a fantastic day. I mean, a really fantastic day today. And then the deal with my son. He went back to live with his mom. So he hasn't stayed here since he left, and so you know how long that's been. Well, I picked him up from school yesterday, and I had to take him to a doctor's appointment. And then afterwards, we went. It was a long doctor's appointment, man. It took over 2 hours at the doctor, and then we left there and we went to Camden's softball game. And so he asked me, can I stay at a buddy's house tonight? Because he's been asking me, and then I'll stay at your house tomorrow night, which is tonight. So sure. And I'm like, just hit me up tomorrow when you need me to come get you. And feel free to take your time today, have as much fun over there as you like. And then just hit me up when you're ready to come hang out. So he hits me up pretty early today. And I went and got him. And he doesn't want to stay here, man. It just, so he hung out for a while. We threw football, I cooked, and him and Chris went and played basketball while I was cleaning and stuff, and had his sister come get him. I don't know. It just, I'm kind of in a funk. I was planning on streaming earlier, but You know, the boy will be 15 in July. And I remember being that age and how I didn't really want to stay with my dad. And excuse me. And I do remember, I might be old, but I can still remember him acting disappointed and stuff. So it's coming back around. I don't want to give him too much grief, but you know, it just hurts my feelings so bad. I hate to be a wuss about it, but it really, really does. Because, I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool over here. Oh, Jennifer says, it's not me, it's the age. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know. You worry so much that, especially not living under the same roof, you know, kind of worry. You don't want them to take that dark turn and you not be prepared or, you know, able to cut him off at the pass. So, anyway, I'll get off that depressing shit. Steph Snow says, don't sweat it. Just keep offering to be there. And that's what I'll do. And I can't help but let him know that my feelings are hurt, you know. Azor Hype, what is going on, buddy? Kyle, I didn't even know you were here. Rock and roll, man. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out this late. But Paul McDermott says, don't worry, man, it's just a phase. Well, you know, I hope so, because both my kids are in that same phase right now. I don't think I could pay them to stay over here right now. Mary Jade Star Walker. Oh, hi, James in chat. Welcome, Mary Jade. Don't recognize that name. That's very cool. Kyle is in the house, guys. Yeah, show him some love. They always show me love when I drop in on one of his chats. Let's see some of those fire and heart emojis in the chat for hype and love. That would be really cool. Ashley Marie says, we're drinking, don't mind us. That's really cool. Thanks, LMR. Thanks so much. There we go. There we go. We'll get you. There it is. I had to get up and do a booty shake like him. Okay, yeah, you got here late, Kyle. I don't have many updates, so I got that out of the way in like 2 minutes. They canceled one of my panels. I was on 2 panels. I was on Love in a War of Fire and Ice and Tywin's Power. And I got an email that said, unfortunately, they canceled the Love panel. But they just so happened to have another panel called Love Westerosi Style that they love to have me on. And I was like, rock and roll, put me in. So I got a confirmation email. I will be in that one. I just haven't gotten on there to see what the times are, if they're different or anything. As soon as I do know that, I'll tweet that out to you guys, and I'll definitely keep you updated, you know, as con approaches. So there is the hype and love, man. That is so cool. Yoli Stark in the house. Steven Stark. What's going on, man? Thanks so much. Sup, nerds? Isn't your birthday on the Sunday of Con? Yes, indeed it is, Steven. Indeed it is. So we will have to have a toast, man. Hopefully we can get a huge group together and do a big toast for my birthday. That would be really cool. So yeah, how many panels are you going to be on, Kyle? I know your plate is just full because you're getting the credentials, so you can go interview people, man, the press pass or whatever it is. I think that's really cool, but I know you're going to do a lot of panels too. But don't sweat it, brother. I'll hold down the fort. Ashley Marie, watch yourself, girl. um. So, yeah, man. Yeah, May 27th. I'll be 45 years old. I hate to say that out loud. Born in 73. Richard Nixon was president when I was born. Ain't that crazy? I mean, that's just nuts. Jimmy Carter was actually the first president that I remember seeing him on TV and knowing who he was and knowing that he was my president. I remember the whole Iran debacle, the hostage debacle. I remember that being a big deal. And then I remember, as soon as Reagan gets elected, they release the hostages. And then, damn, it seemed like no time. And, you know, Reagan got shot. That was crazy, man. Rough Girl says, me too, vintage 1973. Tammy Rolls says 38 in August. Living My Rhapsody says 1 year younger than my hubby. Well, that's cool. 72, baby. Jessica Shook says, I think Reagan was president when I was born. Well, you missed out. I loved him as a president. It was so cool having him in office. Doc says 1974 here. Well, rock and roll, man. Marty's 1974 also. Linda says, I turned 50 this year. It's just a number. Linda, I tell you what, man. I feel that way inside. Sometimes the shit that comes out of my mouth makes me seem like a worrywart. I do hate to say that I'm 45. And sometimes I feel 45. And then sometimes, well, hell, if I'm honest, sometimes I feel 85. And then sometimes I feel 25. I'm all over the place. But most of the time I feel younger than 45. And funny story, at Camden's softball game yesterday, I was sitting there beside Chris and Landon, and I pointed to this woman, and I looked at my son and I said, you believe that her and I graduated together? Oh my God, she looked like an old lady to me, man. I mean, I still went up and talked to her and said it was good to see you, but wow. Just, and we were at the doctor, and this lady in front of us heard her go up and talk to him, and I heard her say her birthday, 7/15/75. I don't know. I'm good with numbers, like I told you. Anyway, no way. I put her at least 10 years older than me. It's like, what's up, man? What I see in the mirror? I must have one of those fucking carnival mirrors in the bathroom here. I need to get that thing calibrated. Damn, thank you, Steph Snow. That's right. I keep forgetting to say that. There's a YouTube meet and greet that I'm part of too. I keep forgetting to say that. So yeah, and I look forward to that big time. That's going to be awesome. Carrie says it's because you've got a sweet baby face, James. I know I've been cursed with a damn baby face my whole life. Ugh. You know, it drives me crazy. Ashley Marie says, James, what is your age preference? I'm assuming you're asking what's my age preference in a female. 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy? No, that's just something I've heard my whole life growing up here. If I'm being honest, I don't know. I think they have to be old enough where we have something in common as far as, well, many things in common. Like there can't be a big generation gap there as far as interests. I don't know. I had a screwed up thing happen to me when I was younger. I'll just share this with you. I was seduced. a lot like The Graduate. I was seduced by an older lady. I was 19, she was 42. Wasn't a lot in common there. And the funny thing is, she was on her second marriage. She'd been married twice, right? The day she got married for the second time was the exact day I was born. She was 8 years older than my mom. My mom kept threatening to beat her ass. And if that red Camaro drives by here to pick you up one more time, I'm going to go out there and bust the fucking windshield out. Oh, God. And she would have, too. And it's not like you had cell phones back then to call and say, hey, don't ride by here. You know, so that was hairy for a while. But that taught me a valuable life lesson. And that's one I'll pass on to my kids. You know, you get too caught up sometimes in things, and before you know it, you realize like, whoa, what the hell did I step into here? Cause I mean, I knew this lady, I knew her well, and looked up to her kind of like as a motherly figure. So it's like, it was really awkward. I couldn't turn that off. I looked at her that way. So, I don't know. I mean, at the time, you know, it was a big secret, and then all of a sudden you start letting it slip out to your one buddy, and then you tell another friend, and the next thing you know, they're high-fiving at parties and shit, going, oh, James, you can't, you know, tell him. And so that was just a weird, you know, I was too young and immature, and she was damn sure too old and mature to be dealing with my ass. So, anyway, hope that answered your question. I will, I'll tell a long story to get to a very short point. I'm sorry. So, yeah, my age, I guess, probably about a 20-year span, say 10 one way, 10 the other. I think that's probably about right. Yeah, she did rob my cradle, rough girl. And, see, Kyle, so you can relate. I mean, that was my experience, is I was not mature enough and, I don't know, cultured enough to be holding any kind of relationship with somebody that old, you know. And then you get older and you distance yourself from it, and then you realize how kind of creepy it kind of was. So, well, look here, there's people, I hear you guys, and you know, you can't, I mean, what you feel is what you feel. So I'm not going to shit on anybody's preference, or if, you know, somebody falls in love with somebody who's outside of a specific range or anything. It's all up to the individual, unless it's my daughter. No, but yeah, it's all up to the individual, and as long as they're good with it, I mean, who am I to judge? So let's see. Steven Stark is spot on. Says being single sucks, but being with the wrong person is much worse. Or let me emphasize it like you did, Steven, is much worse. Um, yeah. Kyle says like some people at 20 are more mature than most people will ever be. That's a fact, man. And I've hired a lot of older dudes that were very, very immature. Like always catcalling and pointing out girls and stuff. And I'm like, I thought people grew out of that shit. I hate catcalling. I've never been the kind of person to do that. Don't whistle at girls. Anything like that. Don't want that to happen to my daughter. Marty says first husband was 11 years older. Bad combo. And again, it might not have been the age, but it could have been. Meow. Fucking Doc Holiday. So, yeah. I tell you guys everything. I feel so weird. I feel like, I don't know, just transparent and you can see right through me. Sarah Shawn Greenfield. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's another new name there. Very cool. Well, you know, Sarah, we're kind of just randomly talking about anything. Feel free to shoot a question, comment, anything in there. This is no different than any other chat. Although I am getting pumped for Con of Thrones, I must say, and nervous at the same time. You know, you gotta see, like last year I went, strictly as Chris's sidekick, and this year I go and I feel like, I've got a little name for myself. So I feel like I've got to, I don't know, feel like I feel like I should know more than I do. And maybe I do. Maybe I just haven't been, had the thumb screws put to me yet. Maybe it's in there, but I always just kind of, defer to Chris and let him answer everything. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm getting nervous, anxious about it. I dread the trip, man. I really dread this long ass drive. I was hoping we could possibly take a train down and then maybe Uber everywhere or rent a car. I mean, that would probably be cheaper than Ubering. Cause Chris just don't tip. I mean, he won't tip a driver. So I'd just be so embarrassed to ride with him anywhere down there. Nah, I know he's listening, so I'm just trying to bust his balls. He tipped me tonight, so how can I say that? Oh no, that was Riddick. That's right. I can hear him in the other room now. There's a delay, so that's funny. Oh God. Oh, I hope you're right, LMR. I hope you're right. Carrie says it's a gorgeous drive. Very cool, man. I love that. I'll tell you, it's two drives I hate, and I hate driving across Tennessee on I-40. There's just nothing out there but, blasted out mountains and those, memorials on the side of the road where somebody died. I mean, you can count them as much as you can mile markers. And I hate the drive like down to Miami on 95. It's just such a long ass drive. But those two, they kill me. I don't know. I don't mind going north for some reason, but going west and then straight south, it just kills me. Marty drove up to Mass and back to Texas. Yeah, I lived in Massachusetts for about 4 months. I was up there working for Verizon, and that was in 2007. Steven Stark, man, thank you, dude. Thank you so very much, brother, man. Says James, you are way cooler than Chris. Maybe Chris knows more about Song of Ice and Fire, but you are cooler. Come at me, Chris. Okay, let me wait on this delay. Oh, hell, he must be watching something else now. I didn't hear anything. Living My Rhapsody. I'm glad you said that. It says, please do live streams for those of us miserable souls who cannot come to the con. I am. And you know why? Is because you guys seem to like that guerrilla style that I did in Kannapolis a couple weeks ago. So that's what it's going to look like. That's the way I'll be. And, I will enjoy every minute of it, man. So yeah, absolutely. I will do that. I'll do multiple ones for you. So Marty says you lived there for 6 months in 2012. Yeah, I was there in the fall, and I must say, New England in the fall is as picturesque as anyone would ever imagine. I just remember driving down these back roads, and there'd be the canopy of trees over the road, just like you would imagine. And the colors are beautiful. And then, dude, while it would still be fall here, it turned into winter there. And I was not prepared at all for that. I left that year, December 8th, I think it was, and it had snowed 4 times. Couldn't take it. I think I might have told you guys that story before, so I won't get into too much detail. But yeah, I drove all around up in there, all around Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. It was just so cool. And my dumb ass thought I was going to go there and be able to go see a Red Sox game because I wanted to see Fenway Park my whole life. Shit, no, man. Somebody's got to die for you to be able to get a ticket to that. I will tell you the funny, there you go. Olivia Joseph's giving you some hype and love, Kyle, man. I love to see that. But yeah, you said you were in Haverhill? Haverhill? I never could. Worcester got me. I was up there. Yeah, I'm looking for this house in Worcestershire. No. That was the funnest part. It really was. The funnest part was the communication. And me going, knocking on their door. Hey, ma'am, I'm here. I'm James. I'm with Verizon. I'm here to take care of this fiber optic line you have in your yard. You have any questions for me? And it's like, and another thing, nobody waves up there. It's like down here, I promise you, or up here if you're from Florida. I'm saying down here because I'm referring to Massachusetts, but here in North Carolina, everybody waves. They'll be walking down the side of the road. They'll be mowing their yard on their riding lawnmower. You ride by, they're like, well, I do that, but most people will wave. And I have these friends who moved down from New Jersey, and they could not get over that, man. But I was staying in Tewksbury, Massachusetts, and I worked all around Boston and all those towns around there. And there's some educated mugs up there. In some of those cities are like the most educated cities in the U.S. They have more people per capita there have higher than a bachelor's degree than anywhere else in the U.S. It's really cool. A lot of old money there, old construction. I enjoyed looking at that. Everybody had a cellar. I thought that was really cool, because all the utilities are underground like they should be, so they wouldn't freeze or trees wouldn't fall on them and destroy them because of the snow and ice. So all the utilities would come through conduit into the cellar, and that was really cool. I'll tell you how old it is. Something tells me I've told this story. Maybe I was just telling this on the job. I'll tell you how old it is. I saw wooden conduit there, and it was like 2 pieces of hollowed out wood, and it was cured somehow with some kind of varnish or something, and then there was tar between them, and they were pressed together to make a pipe underground. And I thought that was so freaking cool, man. Oh, here we go. Sarah Shawn Greenfield says, Q&A. What questions are you nervous about in terms of Tywin at Con of Thrones? Well, I'll tell you what. What's up, Kyle Dubs? Good to see you, my brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peter the Noble, welcome. As about Tywin, I'm not that nervous, I don't think. Now, you know, I'm not going to be able to spout out. I mean, at this moment right now, I couldn't spout out a lot of maybe cool stats about Tywin Lannister. I mean, I don't know. I know he played quarterback for the Casterly Rock Lions in high school, but you know, not much more than that. He's arrogant, but no. I feel like I know a decent bit about him. I'm gonna have to you know, definitely brush up on him. You know, watch some more of the episodes dealing with him. He's a fantastic character. He was he was he was very, very powerful, and was basically the king without a crown. Carrie says Rorist has a great video on Tywin. You can watch it as research. That's a great idea. Feel free to suggest anything else like that. I'll devour that on the ride down there. That would help too. Doc Holliday says he's probably nervous what Chris is going to ask as he heckles him from the front row. I am terrified of that. You are right, Doc, because he knows all my weaknesses. He will really put me on the spot. Living My Rhapsody says, do you know who will be on the panels with you, my co-panelists? I do not. And maybe I should. I think that's a cool question, because it makes me think I should find out who they are and maybe reach out to them ahead of time. Maybe do something pretty cool. I don't know. I'll see. Because last year I remember that there were some people there who weren't YouTubers. They were like, they were bloggers and shit like that. So might get to meet and know some cool people. And if I do, and if they're cool enough, I'll invite them on to interview them like I did Zach, the Jon Snow costume guy. So let's see here. We got Michael Smith says, Dust on the Throne, read the World of Ice and Fire to get some more information about Tywin. Yes, thank you, Michael. Chris has that, so I will. Steven Stark says I can look it up on the schedule. Yeah, I have yet to actually see the schedule with my own eyes. Steph Snow says, James, Tywin panel co-speakers are. I think she's doing some research. That's awesome. Kyle Dell says, Chris in the house. Literally. Yes. He is literally in the house. Rough Girl, you said that was a great interview. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed doing it. And like I said, he hit me up afterwards and said he really, really enjoyed it. And he would be glad to come back on, and be glad to come back on in costume this time, because he saw, you know, how much you guys enjoyed that, and how cool you were. And I told him beforehand, I'm like, I got the coolest viewers you can imagine. You're going to be so comfortable. I hate he couldn't see me, though. As I watched that back, I could see how that would probably be awkward for him. It's kind of like one of those, you know, no, it's not kind of like it. Really was like Hangouts. But yeah, when you can't see the person and they just have a picture there or something. Steph Snow says, Oz from Watchers on the Wall. Rock and roll. I'm going to look and see if you said any more, Steph, because I didn't. That's the first one I've seen you name. So that's cool. I don't know. I don't know her. Oh, I do see Carrie says, Charisma on Command. Charisma on Command has a great video on Tywin's personality. You guys rock, man. I'm going to go back and look at this chat and write all this down. And Living My Rhapsody says awesome guest. He really was, man. He really, really was. Oh, Kyle says he plans on visiting us in early June, by the way. Well, awesome. That'll be right when we get back from con, man. Very cool. Definitely hit me up. Steph Snow says my love panel is at 10 a.m. on Sunday, and then Tywin is at 11. Man, that blows, don't it? Because you would think that probably Saturday night at midnight, which would then be my birthday, is when I'll be hanging out with everybody. So then I have to get up early and do 2 back-to-back panels. I can handle it. I can handle it. I just have to call it a night early that night. Ashley Marie, good question, says, like, what else is there to do at con than watch interviews? There is some of the coolest vendors there who they sell, custom Game of Thrones stuff, make custom jewelry, coins, garments, really cool stuff. I mean, I stayed there in the marketplace most of the time. Probably 90% of my experience last year was right down there at the booth in the market. And I would walk around there when it was slow and get to know the people. They're really cool, which is, it's right up my alley. I worked at fairs, my whole life. So talking to other, vendors and concessionaires and stuff, that's just what I do. And they were all really, really, really cool, man. And make some really neat stuff. Like, dude, they're doing leather stuff that was really cool. So I would recommend going to a convention just for all that stuff. And then there's that company that Zach on my interview was talking about. I feel like I said a lot right there. Maybe I do the whole time and don't realize it. But anyway, he was talking about that company called Valyrian Steel, and they make replicas for Game of Thrones. They're licensed, through HBO and Game of Thrones, and their stuff's incredible. And I know we've shown flashes of it on some of Chris's videos, because he has the Hound's helmet, he has Ice, and he has Longclaw, and they look so freaking cool. And Ice is huge, man. It really is. Legal Jedi smokes green rocks. Yes, indeed he does. Let's see. What'd you say? Ashley Marie says, make my name Blue, boo. Oh, shit. I don't know if I know how to do that. I could try. I remember seeing Chris do this before. See if that. Yes, I think I did it. Yep. Anybody else? And who else? Let's see. Oh, Paula Marie, does anyone there forge with bronze? No, I didn't see anybody forging anything. And that's what I talked to that guy doing the leather stuff. He seemed like he's like a blacksmith type dude. He had the apron on and everything, but I would assume that's just going to have to be some kind of outdoor thing, an outdoor festival, or you got it. There you go, LMR. Thank you. Man, I feel important getting moderators up in here. Rough girl, you took the words right out of my mouth. I like our little family here. I'm telling you, man, I do too. But, yeah, I was gonna say, an outdoor festival, and we have one here. What's it called? It's the big thing, where you eat turkey legs and stuff. It's just right up the road, and I've never been there. I can't think of it right offhand. I keep wanting to say medieval times because I've had that on my mind from Con. But no, it's shit, I can't remember. It's a big thing they do like several weeks a year. Renaissance Festival. Thank you, Sarah. Let's see here. Steph Snow says, I am addicted to Diet Cherry Lemon Sundrop. Wow. That's cool to see. Somebody knows about that. Really cool. I like Cherry Lemon Sundrops, but those were invented at a local diner, like a burger joint, drive-in burger joint, where you pull in, press the button on the speaker, kind of like a Sonic. You know, Sonic, they try to have that retro feel, but it doesn't work unless it's like, thank you, Richard, what a burger, could I take your order? If it doesn't sound like that, I don't go. But they made, Whataburger made, and I'm saying, what a burger. I know it sounds like Whataburger, and it sounds like that to everybody here too, but it's Whataburger. But they made Cherry Lemon Sundrops so famous and popular that the bottling company had to start bottling it. And places like, local skating rinks and stuff got on board with it, and they would make, witch doctors and Cherry Lemon Sundrops, and just they became so popular. The witch doctor has I think it's every drink that's not diet, and then they put lemon and pickles in it. It's very popular. I was never a fan, and I do like pickles. So let's see. Somebody says, yeah, Steven Stark, Whataburger. And there is one in Texas. There's a chain of them in Texas. I bought a hat at a Salvation Army here. Now, actually, it was given to me. It came from there. I don't know why I even had to say the Salvation Army part. Anyway, a dude saw it at Salvation Army, thought I would like it, bought it for me, and it was their logo, but it's still cool to see Whataburger. But it's a whole different group. This was a local family here, the Bosts, that founded our local Whataburgers, and I think at one time we had, I think we had 18 around, this area, the greater Kannapolis area. But Whataburger number one is in Kannapolis. They all had numbers. We have number 1 and we have number 11 in Midway, which is also Kannapolis. James, what countries do your family lines come from? German. I am German. Irish and Wakandan. But to my knowledge, we're pretty much, like just Dutch, Irish, and German to my knowledge. Steph Snow says, I have some Irish or Scottish. I very well could. Now, I do know that I got hooked on Ancestry.com. I mean, bad at one time. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Randy Suimatsu. Excuse me, Randy, thank you so much. It says, enjoy your trip west of the Mississippi. So see, Randy's paying attention. Randy knows that I've never been west of the Mississippi because I've told you guys that before. And Slope, thank you so very much. I love your Trojan condoms picture. But it says, beer money for Con of Thrones. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Steven Stark, what are your favorite colors? I'm making you a birthday gift. Dude, you're going to think it's so crazy, but the colors that are most pleasing to my eyes are like a hunter green and a brown, like a chocolatey brown. But you can play with anything you want to. Burgundy. It's like the darker version of colors I like. I don't know why. Not brighter, but darker. You know, why am I talking to you like you're fucking elementary school kids? You know what these colors are I'm describing. But yeah, so I like a hunter green and a burgundy as opposed to a regular green and a red. And just like brown and oranges. I'm just a fall person, I guess. So, Steph Snow, we call them earth tones. Jewel tones, cool. Earth colors, good choice. Cool, see, I didn't even know that. Mazuma 10,000, what's up, Dust? Hello, chat. Welcome, Mazuma. But anyway, Steven, you don't have to make me anything, but I'm really excited now. Thank you so much for that. It's really cool of you. So, Rough Girl says, ooh, will you accept 82nd gear for your birthday? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited about that too, man. That's cool. Let's see. Olivia, yes, I did say Wakanda. I just saw that movie the other day. I was told I needed to see it before I see the Avengers. And, man, I thoroughly enjoyed the Black Panther. That was... Marvel has it going on. And it's, I was always a Marvel person growing up. But I never shit on DC. I didn't. You know, there were some stories and comics that I did like from DC universe. And I see them trying now. I don't know, man. I just think, and the name escapes me. I'm not like a huge nerd, so sorry that I don't know the names that well, but whoever made The Dark Knight Returns, the one with the Joker, whoever made that movie should take over for all of DC. And if you guys come in the chat and say he is, then I'm sorry. Then you know I'm not that big of a nerd. And but seriously, it's like that. I mean, that was just so good. It felt realer to me than what they're doing now with this just over the top violence and freaking, you know, destruction, man. And so anyway, I'm rooting for DC. I am, because they could do some cool stuff, and they are doing some pretty cool stuff. But Marvel's just knocking it out of the park. So this Avengers, I'll probably go see it 2 or 3 times. And I'm not one to go see movies at the theater multiple times. In my life, Tombstone, What else? I think I went to see Tombstone and Born on the 4th of July. Don't ask me why. I was obsessed with that movie. Ronnie Kovic. I know I saw Tombstone about 5 times in the theater. Shit. Not many, obviously. Sarah Sean Greenfield, Titanic. No, I didn't even see Titanic in the theaters. So, as hard as that is to believe, because all the records that smashed, I wasn't there. I did see it. I saw it on VHS for the first time. And Doc Holliday, I'm your Huckleberry. Dude, I know. I think your picture, man, Val Kilmer. See, all right. I used to freaking have this huge man crush on Val Kilmer, man. Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison, I loved. And Doc Holliday right after that. I mean, just 2 awesome characters. And, of course I loved, the younger Val Kilmer also, but those two roles I love. And I guarantee you that I watched the Doors movie 100 times, at least 100 times. Olivia Joseph, James, what movie made you cry? Before Sunrise with Ethan Hawke. And The Notebook, of course. A lot of movies have, but like, a real cry, I guess. Let's say Wonderland. Yeah, Sarah, I like Wonderland. I actually own that. I love Val Kilmer playing John Holmes. A hero of mine playing another hero of mine. How can you go wrong? Let's see. Randy Sumatsu, Birthday Bucks, and Con Cash. Randy, man, you rock, brother. Hope you're going to be there, Randy. That'd be cool, man. Rough Girl. Hashtag kidnap James at con. Birthday. The bag coming over my head. I can see that. Oh, God. I've watched too much Forensic Files, guys. I'll be leaving clues all over the place. I'll have bodily fluids everywhere. Let's see. Yeah, Tammy Roll says, nowadays the slightest thing will set me off crying. Me too. I'm not saying necessarily nowadays, but I've gone through spells in my life. When I was younger, a lot, man. Let's see. Of Mice and Men. Spoiler alert. Close your ears if you haven't read the book or haven't seen either of the movies. Yeah, when George shot Lenny, dude, I lost it. I really feel it right now. I mean, that's just so fucking sad, man. I have a soft spot for simple-minded people. Steven Stark. We already have a plan for James's on his birthday. If you want to know more, follow me on Twitter, Stark74. Oh my God, I'm so excited. That is really cool. Thank you so much, Steven. Thanks. Rough Girl says The Outsiders. Man, that's a great movie. Yes, it is. Let's do it for Johnny, man. I was a big Matt Dillon fan when I was young, and that came out. And I don't know if you remember this movie. It was called My Bodyguard. That is a really good movie, man. And if you get a chance to watch that, I mean, I'll bet you can't. It was so hard for me to find that thing back in the day. I think I found it on VHS. I don't think they ever made it on DVD. But yeah, My Bodyguard. I always pull for underdogs, and that's a good underdog story. Jason Clutchy says, A Perfect World. That had me crying as a youngster. I can't remember that, Jason. I'm trying to think. Steph Snow, I used to play air guitar and smoke a J and pretend I was in the Doors. LOL. I don't even want to tell you what I did. It makes for some good stories, though. Oh, fucking A, Kyle Dubs. Kyle Dubs. You just, yeah, dude. Everybody listen to this. He's so spot on right here. Forrest Gump makes me cry, he says. When he learns he has a kid and he asks, is he, and his chin is quivering. Dude, Tom Hanks, oh my God, yes. That is, I'll tell you, that scene right there, dude. Yeah, that kills me. Yeah, because he's looking at him. The boy, Haley Joel Osment's in there watching TV, and he just looks around at him. Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, that got me. Mrs. Zuma 10,000. Underdogs like Tom Brady and the Pats. Oh, I hate dynasties. I do. For the love of the game, yes. Very good, Hoonjive. Let's see. Rough girl question. Did anyone notice that the old shows for kids were freaking scary? Don't go to sleep. Don't be afraid of the dark. Oh, man. I was just telling this story last weekend. We used to have a drive-in theater here close by. And my grandparents, they always had a double feature. And I remember being 6 or 7. And my grandparents, they would make a bunch of peanut butter crackers and put quilts and stuff in the back of the car. And my grandpa would, back in, and then they would lay the quilts and stuff on the trunk, and we'd get out on there, and he'd have a chair. He'd sit out there, my grandma. But me and my cousin Gina, we would get up on the trunk on those quilts and cover up and eat peanut butter crackers and watch. But they would take us to R-rated movies, man. Like I saw Stir Crazy there with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, and I mean that's not a kid movie, but. Then right after that went off, then there was this movie. It was a movie called Maniac, and it was about a serial killer. It's like a slasher film, but it was more realistic than, say, Jason or something like that. It was just this dude would bust into a public bathroom and stab you to death in the stall, right? So it really scared me of public restrooms when I was young, man. I would always go and I'd look, if you walk in the door and you see there's a long line of booths, of stalls, I would always bend down and look to see if anybody was in there. And in that movie, it was the first time I'd ever seen somebody like squat up on the toilet so their feet couldn't be seen. So then I would go down the way and make sure nobody was in there before I would go over to a urinal and piss, man. I mean, people don't realize. But see, by this time, I had already been taken to see The Exorcist at a drive-in by my dumbass teenage parents. And I think I might have told you guys that before. I would lay in bed, like, praying that my bed wouldn't start bouncing around and my chest of drawers wouldn't start moving and shit. Never wanted to mess with a Ouija board. because of that movie. Captain Howdy. Screw that shit. Jake from State Farm says, don't forget my super chat. I need attention. Brother, Jake, you know, man, I will not give you attention, brother. Think you're cool as hell. Jake from State Farm says, Concash, enjoy, buddy. Man, thank you, Jake. And I will, brother. And again, I don't know if you're going to be there, Jake. If you are, man, you know, definitely come find me. I'll be the fat dude with the tie-dyed shirt on. Or maybe freaking hood over my head and duct tape. My hands duct tape behind my back. I don't know. But I'll be there in a tie-dyed shirt. Trust me on that, brother. But if not, I will stream. I will stream for you guys. Oh, let's see here. Kyle Dub says, I'm a sucker for Interstellar. When Cooper sees himself in the Tesseract and yells, don't let him leave, Murphy. Don't let him leave. Not as many fans of that one probably. Dude, listen. Chris and Ho, our friend Ho, were just talking about this movie the other night. I haven't seen it yet, and they were telling me I need to see that, so I will definitely put that on the list to watch that. Oh, God, rough girl. The Shining freaked me out. She says, listen, Mazuma 10,000 says, I saw The Shining in 7th grade. That is, listen, I didn't see it. I was in elementary school, and it came on TV. Totally remember this. I remember, like, it's one of those where was you at moments for me. When it came out on TV and aired the first time, I saw it. And that terrified me, man. That was a scary, scary movie, especially for a kid. Now, you can watch it now, and it's kind of creepy, but back then it was scary as hell. Steph Snow, you should see it. I can't believe you haven't seen that. Jason Clutchy says, how about The Gate? Saw that when I was probably 7. Have not seen it. Have not seen it. It's got to be a horror movie. And I'll tell you the other one. Anytime I've ever asked, you know, what movies maybe scarred you as a child, I have two go-to movies, and that was The Exorcist, like I told you. And I told you that story about being forced to watch it by my uncle later at home, and then went to school and drew the picture of her projectile vomiting. But Jaws, and maybe I think I might have told you guys that, but Jaws, I'd be lying if I told you anything different than this. I was afraid to take a bath. I wanted to take showers only. Anytime the water, if I laid in there, you know how when you're a kid, you kind of like camp out in the tub till the water gets cold. Sometimes I'd be in there playing my figures, everything's great, but if I'm just in there chilling and I could feel the water come up, all of a sudden, you know, I could hear the music, man. I don't know. It's like a claustrophobic feeling would come over me, man. I could be in the lake in fresh water, knowing like hell there's no shark in a lake. Now in a river, I know there could be bull sharks, but I'm talking about in this lake. I would be out there on a raft and all of a sudden get that weird feeling and have to come in. Freaked me out, man. And I hate now when you watch it how cheesy it looks, because the effects and that shark, that's not the gaff, as we would say in fair business. Anyway, the hook is the suspense, not seeing it and knowing it's there or could be there and hearing that music. So that's the key to Jaws. And if you look at it that way and don't pay attention to how fake the shark, what the hell was his name? Bruce. Don't pay attention to how fake Bruce looks, and you'll love Jaws. Let's see. Marty says Sixth Sense. It's weird to see a movie when I see that shit all the time. Hey, The Sixth Sense, if nobody spoiled it for you the first time you watched it, that was really good. Angie D, see, says Jaws, wouldn't go in our pool all summer. Now, you had a pool, and how awesome is that to begin with? And then you add on top of that, you know there's not a shark in there, couldn't possibly survive in there, but it doesn't matter. Some fears override logic. Ain't it the worst, man, when you wake up? I had a nightmare last night, by the way. Scared the shit out of me. That's one of the sucky things about sleeping alone. Miss my son so much. But when you wake up in the dark and you look and you see something that has taken the form of something that your horrible imagination has concocted. I remember sleeping with my grandmother when I was little, and she was so awesome, man. She would tell you a scary story, which is shitty but awesome because she was right there. She'd tell you these horrible stories about ghosts in the mountains and shit, and she would always rub my ear. And I don't know if you had a mom or a grandmother who would, put you to sleep by just rubbing your ear lightly like that. They just have the touch. It felt so good. So I'd go to sleep like that every night. I just loved to spend the night over there with them. Seemed like their blankets were warmer, just everything. Grandparents rock. But I woke up one night and I was facing her, and her face looked horrible. I mean, it was the most grotesque, disfigured looking face you could ever imagine. And I knew she slept without her glasses on, right? So I was expecting to not see her glasses, but her face was all contorted and twisted. And I stared at it for so long, scared to death. And it turns out it was the back of her head. I was looking at her hair and seeing all the waves in it, and it just made this horrible face, man. It's just like waking up and seeing a coat on a coat rack or hanging on the back of your door or something. It scares the hell out of you sometimes. Your imagination, which is what makes Jaws such a winner, because your imagination takes control, and it's worse than anything they can put on film. Back then, anyway. Kyle Dub says, my sister and I had the same weird dream on the same night. It was a one-time dream. How is that explained? Well, I should do a stream on stuff like that, Kyle. I enjoy talking about stuff like that. Deja vu. Things like that. So I don't know if we'll explain it, but we can damn sure talk about it. I think that would be really fun. I love to talk about dreams and things. I don't know. Unexplained things. Let's see. Amanda Stewart. James, you can sleep with me. I sleep alone every night. Amanda Stewart, I must make another confession to all you guys. I do sleep with a CPAP. So get that romantic picture in your head. Maybe you'll rescind that offer. Legends of the Fall and Dances with Wolves. Yeah. Especially Legends of the Fall. A great, great movie. Marty, you said, I would like to be on that stream, James. Yes, we will hook that up. And Marty, I don't know, maybe, well, if you said you'd like to be on the stream, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me saying. I have never had had anyone read tarot cards for me. So Marty is bringing a deck of tarot cards to con and is gonna read the cards for me. I cannot wait to hear what they say. Rough Girl says, question, James, ever feel like you've had a vision? I don't think I've ever felt like I saw something before it happened, other than a deja vu experience where sometimes it just feels so vivid and so you just know you've been there and you've heard the person say exactly that, and that person responded exactly that way. Other than that, I've never had a vision in that way, but there's been times where I have seen people, ghosts. I've told a ghost story before. I think I have. That might have been on another channel, but not too sure. But yeah, I've had multiple ghost experiences, and I saw my great grandfather about a week after he passed away, and I saw him in a casket. I saw him in his house, sitting in his chair, for sure. I mean, to me, it's not debatable. I mean, I know I saw him, and my cousin did too. I mean, we were together side by side, and we went and told the adults, and they came and looked. He wasn't there, and it was just terrible. Because I mean, we weren't tiny kids. I mean, I'm talking 7. It was 81 when he died. So yeah. Let's see here. Hold on. Gray areas. Thank you for stopping by. I'm flattered. Thank you so much for sticking in here. Dropping in. I mean, you said, are you about to tell a ghost story? Oh my God, I am here for this. Well, rock and roll. I was thinking maybe nobody wanted to hear a ghost story because I know a lot of people laugh at it. But I'd absolutely love to tell a ghost story real quick. When I say quick, I know you guys laugh or roll your eyes or something because I can't tell any fucking thing quick. I'm freaking cursed in that way. All right, so there was I was probably 20, 21 years old. Used to be a big fan of live music back in the hairband days. And my friend lived pretty close to the club we used to go to. And so after staying there till it shut down at 2, we might go to, say, Waffle House and then go back to his house and fall asleep. Well, excuse me, I'd stay the night there since I was really young, and I knew his whole family as well as I knew my own. And excuse me again, I'm sorry. I knew since I was really little that they always said their house was haunted. But since I'd stayed there so many times and never saw anything, I took showers in there, and you know how you get that creeped out shower feeling sometimes? I never felt that there. Maybe my paranoia got to me enough to where I did peek out, but I didn't feel like anything was out there. So anyway, when we got there this one particular night, now hold on, I remember when I was a kid and them saying they would hear classical music playing up in the attic. And they had a big, walk-in attic. You could walk around up there. They used to have band practice up there, and his dad used to have a little home gym. He would lift weights up there and stuff. So it was a nice little attic. It wasn't just a place to store Christmas decorations. So they would say they would hear classical music up there and stuff, and that his mom got the Ouija board out of the house, and they quit hearing it. So, when I was little, I was like, whatever. And then his brother was close to my mom's age. He would come over and hang out with my mom sometimes, and he would tell her stories about the house being haunted, right? So, again, now that was, say, junior high school age. So now I'm an adult. Go back over there, and I just remember he said, hey, man, don't forget, before you go to sleep tonight, be sure you turn the TV off, because last time we crashed here, you left it on, and my dad was pissed the next day. Because, I mean, you know how older people are. You got to turn everything out. You burning up the electricity in the house. So Chris was a lot smaller than me, but it was his house. So he slept on the couch and left me the love seat Well, I definitely wasn't going to be able to sleep in that love seat. So what I did is when I felt like I was about to fall asleep, I turned the TV off and I got down parallel right beside him. He's on the couch and I'm on the floor right up against the couch asleep, or not asleep yet. I lay down with a pillow to go to sleep, and I'm laying like this on my stomach. My head was probably 6 feet from the kitchen door. Well, once you go into the kitchen, immediately on your way into the kitchen, to the left was a door leading. As you open it, the stairs were leading up to the attic. That's about 6 feet from my head. I'm laying there, and it's dark, pitch black, eerie silent in the house. And I hear, boom, 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 stomping down the stairs, his attic stairs. Now, here's the kicker. This door didn't have a doorknob on it at the time. They used to have to push it in and take a big butcher knife, look just like a Michael Myers knife, and stick it into the blade of it, stick it into between the wall and the frame, the trim around it, and then the handle sticking out would be what kept the door from popping open. So you'd pull the knife out, lay it on the counter right there. The door would kind of crack open, and you could pull it open and go upstairs. We'd go up there and listen to records and stuff. And so I hear this stomping, and I'm telling you, these are huge freaking cowboy boots, Harley Davidson boots, combat boots, what have you. Heavy ass boots, Frankenstein boots. Bam, 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 bam. The door busts wide open, slams shut. I mean, like if I was pissed off at my wife and just slammed the door as hard as I could, that hard, stomped through the kitchen away from me. Thank God, because I am locked up. I am like oh my God, I was just frozen, and it stomped away from me, and then the sound disappeared. I wait, make sure it's not gonna make any more sounds. I jump up on my knees and I shake Chris. I'm like, Chris, wake up, dude, wake up. And he comes to me and he's like, what? And I said, dude, a ghost, something just stomped down your steps and slammed your door and stomped through the kitchen. And he was like, it's just our ghost, man. Go back to sleep. It won't bother you. And it took a second for that to register. And I'm like, did he just say it's my fucking ghost? Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. Chris, wake up, man. Wake up. Seriously, wake up this time. Look at me in the face, dude. What, man? What? Listen, something just stomped down your attic steps. Stomped through, slammed the door, stomped through your kitchen. He's grabbed my shoulder. He's like, dude, I know. It's our ghost. It's not going to bother you. Go back to sleep. And he instantly fell back to sleep. I said, fuck this. I picked that throw pillow up. I got on the couch with him. Kind of 69, I don't know, head to foot, I don't know how to say it, clutching his ankles like this. I lay there frozen for I don't know how long. Next thing I know, I wake up with his brother, his big 6'3" brother. He had this freaking huge hair. What are you two homos doing on the couch together? And I'm like, I wake up and I sit up on the couch and I couldn't wait to talk about it. And there's his mom sitting on the love seat where I was supposed to sleep. And his brother sat down right beside her. And I'm like, guys, something stomped through your house last night. Stomped down the stairs, stomped through your house. And they start telling me all these stories, man, about this damn ghost. And his brother, big 6'3", I've seen him, kick dudes' asses and stuff. He's like, man, that thing has held me down in the bed before by my shoulders, just like pinned me to the bed, and I'd have to like cry out from the name of Jesus and stuff for it to let me go. And The mom was telling me all these stories about this ghost rearranging shit and seeing stuff move. And I couldn't believe that Chris told me that night, it won't bother you. Lay down, go back to sleep. It's not going to bother you. And then his brother tells me the things held him down to the bed. You can't tell me Chris didn't know that. I was so mad at him. But Gray Area says, did you stay over again? No. And he was one of my best friends. But some of my other friends, after I told that story, they tried to get them to let them stay up in the attic and stuff because they're into that stuff, and they wouldn't let them because that's their house and they didn't want it to be joked about. But they were a different generation than my mom. They were old enough to be my mom's mom. He was just the baby of the family, my buddy was. And I was the oldest in my family. And they weren't cool with the joking about it. Kyle Dubs, you're asking the same exact question Chris says every time I tell him that. Okay, real question. Why the actual fuck haven't they moved? I've wondered that so many times. These people had the money. He was he was a Teamster in the Teamsters Union and retired, and the house had been paid for years and years, man. But I'm telling you right now, I know that I didn't have time to fall asleep. It's like that ghost saw me lay my head down and then showed its ass like that. So it was the real deal now. I mean, I've had some other ones too, but I've been streaming long enough tonight, and I'll hit you guys next time with some of those, and maybe I'll title it like ghost stream or eerie supernatural stream or something like that, and I'll touch base with Marty and we'll see what we can't rig up. Maybe I might do some kind of hangouts thing, and anybody else that might want to be involved that thinks they have something they would like to add, we'll see what we can come up with. I think that'd be really fun. But anyway, let me see what you guys are saying in the Rough Girl says LOL Randy Sumatsu hashtag free ghost. Randy, that's funny as hell. Somebody said hashtag Kyle in prison ghost. But yeah, now I didn't see that ghost. I just knew it was there for sure. And last thing. This is one thing that Chris has always asked me, and it's strange if you think about it. He says, now, the deal with the knife, that's really freaky if you think about it. So this ghost has the ability to, phase through the door, pull the knife out, open it, slam it, and put the knife back. Because they said when they woke up, the knife was in the door and it was closed. So now, again, I don't know if this ghost came back after I finally went to sleep and picked up and cleaned up his mess. But I don't know. It's the weirdest thing to think about. And the fact that they chose a butcher knife too is just funny. I mean, it just adds to the story. It's so crazy. But anyway, guys, I've kept you long enough. What have we been, an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. I sure appreciate you hanging out. As you know, the guys who were here in the beginning, I was really down when I came on, and you guys have made it made me really happy and let me get out some of this energy, and it feels really good. I've missed you guys so much, and I certainly hi, Nancy T, what's going on? I didn't even see you in here earlier. That's really cool. You snuck in on me. But yeah, you guys have made my night, and you always do. And I'm sorry it took me so long between streams, and I will get back to you quicker. I'll definitely see you tomorrow on Chris's stream. But in the meantime, love you guys, and you know where to find me. DustOnTheThrone@gmail.com. DustOnTheThrone@gmail.com. Nothing but love, Valar Tydias, and all that good jazz for all you people It's bedtime. Sleep tight. Hey, Randy, I see that right there as we leaving. Thank you so much, brother. Gray area. Damn, man. Thank you. You said, let me know when you do ghost stories. I want to see it. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Gray. I will. I definitely will. Thanks so much for stopping by. Nancy, wow, y'all are rushing me here at the end, dude. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Nancy says, happy Saturday. It has been. I was worried. But man, that's really cool. I love all you guys so much. You all do know that. I know you know it, and I surely appreciate it. But nothing but love. See you soon. Am I still on? Am I still? Son of a. I hit it and hit mute. All right. Sorry, guys. Good night. I love you so much.